Hello, and welcome to the 8th video in a series on the tabletop role-playing game Bunkers and Badasses. In this video, we'll be discussing the Berserker skill tree and give a sample build. I'll give a brief description of each skill and my personal opinion. When discussing the sample build, I'll go through the skill taken at each level and my reasoning for each choice. Our first skill is Iron Fist, which boosts melee damage, which is good for melee builds. Next is Hardened, which boosts health, which is also useful. Safeguard boosts shield capacity, again, a very basic and useful skill. You can't go wrong with any of these three skills. Endowed boosts splash damage for explosive damage. This is situational, but good for ranged builds. Starting off the second tier, we have Bash, which can debuff targets. It's situational, but can be useful against single targets. Heavy-Handed gives a stat boost after killing enemies. This is generally good. Juggernaut allows damage reduction after killing enemies for a few turns. I don't think such a modest bonus is worth it. Wide Load boosts the use of rocket launchers. In general, I endorse skills which boost a particular weapon. For the third tier, we start with Endless Rage, which makes Berserk last longer. This can be used offensively and defensively. Prize Fighter gives gold after the first punch. I do not recommend this skill. Short Fuse increases action skill use. This is great so you're not so reliant on the mastery modifier. Cast Iron gives damage reduction. This is a decent bonus, but I do not recommend this skill. Sting Like a Bee gives extra movement during the action skill. It's worth a skill point. Kicking off the fourth tier is Liquidate, which gives a free action skill activation. It can be disruptive because you're forced into only using melee attacks. Use it wisely, and this can be very good. In general, I recommend any skill that allows free action skill activation. Bloodsport gives health on kill during the action skill. It is too situational, so I don't recommend this skill. Payback gives a damage boost. It's situational but can be useful. Die Hard allows a player to prevent their death once per day. This is worth a skill point. Fifth tier starts with Rapid Reload, which boosts base stats. I generally recommend any skill that boosts base stats. Revenge gives a damage boost on kill and is quite useful. Master Blaster boosts the speed stat and rocket launcher range on kill. This is great for kiting and reinforces the rocket launcher-centric playstyle. The Capstone is Unbreakable. It is situational but can be useful to get out of an emergency. Taking all the skills into consideration, I'll now start walking through my sample build. In general, I invest 3 skill points in a tier and immediately move to the next tier to try to access the Capstone as soon as possible. I always take the Capstone, regardless of its quality. Keep in mind that the action skill for this class can be used offensively to deal additional damage and status effects, or defensively to quickly recover or escape. To start the build, I immediately invest in Endowed to begin leaning into a rocket launcher-centric build. Iron Fist could be chosen instead for melee builds. Otherwise, Hardened or Safeguard are preferred for pure tank builds. At the next tier, I start with Wide Load to improve rocket launchers even more. Then I take Bash to boost the utility of melee attacks during the action skill. Heavy-Handed is useful in general, but is less important than the other skills at this tier. At the third tier, I choose Endless Rage to get more value out of using the action skill. Sting Like a Bee is important for repositioning. Short Fuse is useful, but is less useful with a decent mastery modifier. For the fourth tier, Liquidate opens up a lot of possibilities for strategically using the action skill. Payback is useful for turning the tide of a losing fight. Die Hard is immensely useful, but is so situational that I don't prioritize it at this tier. At the fifth tier, Master Blaster will allow this class and the whole party to kite enemies from a safer distance. Revenge is generally useful. The damage from this skill is more useful than the base stats given by Rapid Reload. At the Capstone, Unbreakable is situational but has a similar usefulness to Die Hard. I wouldn't want to get caught without it. After the Capstone, I round out the rest of the build. I take Rapid Reload first to make this class as durable and fast as possible. I then focus on the damage-boosting kill skills. Next, I take Master Blaster to maximize how much the party can kite with rocket launchers. This is less important if other players don't want to use those guns, so I take it later. After this, Payback, Short Fuse, and Wide Load are just nice to have. This build is very focused on melee damage, action skill use, and rocket launcher use. It has many skills which could be exchanged for a pure tank build if preferred. That's it for this build. Let me know what you think of this build in the comments below. In the next video, I'll discuss the third of my class builds with the Commando. Thanks for watching.